Hello, welcome back to another yoga video. Today is a very grounded practice, maybe for the evening, maybe after you've been sitting at your desk all day, just with a gentle focus on opening the chest, the shoulders, the hips, everything that kind of gets stiff after you've been sitting at a desk. So let's just jump right into it. Coming onto your mat, finding a comfortable position, sitting down where you're able to rest your hands down on your knees, maybe take your eyes down. Just taking a moment, maybe reviewing how your day went, and then with a nice big breath, let it all go. Inhale, sweep the arms up, get tall. Exhale, let the arms float down by your sides. Good, repeating this. Inhale, sweep it up. Visualize yourself rooting down as you reach up, and then exhale, arms float down. One more time, inhale. And exhale down. Moving nice and slow with the breath here. Inhale, sweep the arms up again. This time on your exhale, bring your arms to cactus, opening the chest, maybe taking your gaze up a tiny bit, shining the chest forward. Inhale, reach it back up. Moving with your breath here. Exhale, squeeze those shoulder blades to open the chest. Inhale, reach it back up. Two more times. Exhale. Inhale. Last one. Inhale, reach it up. Now on your exhale, twist to the right. Right fingertips reach behind you. Left hand can grab your right knee. Sit nice and tall, rooted on both sits bones. Inhale, lengthen through the spine. And exhale, twist a little deeper. Maybe taking your gaze over that right shoulder. And then on your next inhale, come back to center, reach both arms up. Exhale, twist the other way. Left hand reaches behind you. Grab that left knee. Inhale, get taller. Exhale, twist. Breathing here. On your next inhale, both arms come up. And then exhale, take a gentle forward fold over your legs, hinging at the hips, reaching your fingertips out in front of you. Letting the chin drop towards the chest, just for a gentle fold here. And then walk your hands in, coming back up to a seat. Bring your hands just behind the hips to release the feet in front of you, planting your feet down. And then just gently rock the knees side to side like windshield wipers, letting the hip lift a little bit for a little low back twist. Side to side. And then the next time your knees are over to the right, let them drop all the way down, coming to deer pose or 90-90 pose. So your right leg is out in front of you, left leg is bent out to the side. Sit nice and tall here. It's okay if both sits bones aren't planted. Some of us just don't have that in the hip. And then walk your hands out, reaching in front of that right leg, just a little bit, hinging at the hips. So on your inhale here, extend the spine for a flat back, reaching through the top of the head. And then exhale, let yourself fold forward a little bit deeper. Inhale, reach it up, extend through the spine. Exhale, fold it forward. One more time. Inhale, lift it up. Exhale, float it down. Now you can walk your hands a little further out if you want to let yourself really fold over this leg. Let your chin drop towards your chest and breathe into this stretch. Now walk your hands back in, coming back up to a tall seat, and then let your right arm come behind you, twisting the torso a little bit, planting that hand down, reaching that left arm overhead for a nice side body stretch. If you want, you can pick the hips off the mat, pushing your hips forward. Think about opening the chest for a little back bend. And then exhale, lower the hips down. Go ahead and sweep your arms across and then drop the knees over to the left, coming to the other side. Situate yourself here. Legs are at 90 degrees. Plant the hands just out in front of you, coming down a little bit on your inhale. Lengthen the spine, flat back. Exhale, fold it forward. Inhale. Exhale, fold. Maybe going a little deeper each time. Inhale, lift. And then exhale, fold all the way down, walking the hands out. Allowing the chin to drop towards your chest. Breathing here. And then start to walk your hands up, coming up to a tall seat. This time, left hand reaches behind you, twisting away from the legs. Reach that right arm overhead. And then if you want, pick the hips up, push the hips forward, open the chest for a little back bend. And then exhale, drop the hips and sweep it forward, coming back to center. Good. Let the knees rock side to side a little bit again, just to reset. And then we're going to make our way to a tabletop position. So sweeping the legs behind you, coming to hands and knees, planting the hands, fingers wide, tops of the feet on the mat. Starting with a neutral spine, let's take a few cat-cows. Inhale, drop the belly, lift the gaze, squeeze those shoulder blades. And then exhale, push the floor away. As the shoulder blades separate, tuck the chin. Good, moving through the whole spine, inhaling, looking up. Exhale, tuck it all in. One more round, inhale. And exhale. Good, coming back to a neutral spine, send that right leg behind you, lifting it about hip height, inhale. Exhale, pull that foot forward, finding a low lunge. So plant your right foot down and then lift your fingertips off the mat, hands to your waist. Now, before you lean all the way forward into the hips, slightly tuck your pelvis. So push your hips forward and then start to lower down. You should feel a nice opening through the front of this leg. Hands are wherever you're comfortable. You could sweep the arms up if you'd like for a low lunge. Breathing here, opening the front of that hip. Maybe taking a small back bend, taking your gaze up towards the ceiling. And then exhale, hands come down. Bring your right hand on the inside of that right foot and walk your right foot a little bit wider. And then let that right knee drop out to the side, maybe coming to the pinky edge of the foot. If this feels okay, you can also lower down to the elbows. Taking a few breaths here. Feeling the opening of those hips. And then slowly bring that knee back in. Come back up onto your hands and send that foot back to tabletop. Coming back to your neutral spine. Left side, inhale, extend that leg long. Exhale, pull that left foot forward, planting it down. Again, bringing your hands up to your waist. Before you sink too deep into this low lunge, tuck the pelvis, push your hips forward, and then start to bend the knee deeper. As you come forward, hopefully feeling a nice stretch on the front of that right hip. Inhale, arms come up if you feel good here. Breathe. Maybe find that little back bend, reaching up through the top of the head. And then exhale, hands come down on the inside of that left foot. Walk the left foot a little wider and drop that knee out to the side. Lizard lunge. You can stay up on the hands or drop down to the elbows. Taking a couple breaths here. And then slowly start to bring that knee in. Come back to the hands. Send that left foot back. Back to tabletop here. Start to walk your hands out in front of you, dropping your chest towards the mat, keeping the hips stacked over the knees, letting the forehead rest down on the mat. Go ahead and tent the fingertips if you want more of a shoulder opener, keeping the arms nice and active. Hips are high. And then release the elbows down to the mat and start to slide your belly forward, lowering your hips down, finding Sphinx pose. Elbows are stacked right underneath your shoulders. Shine through your chest, lifting through the top of the head. Legs are nice and engaged. Now bend that right knee and lower. Bend the left knee and lower. Just moving side to side, keeping the gaze forward, shining the chest forward. One more each side, bending the knee and left. Good. Extend both legs and then slowly lower all the way to the belly, bringing your hands just underneath your shoulders. Now here, legs are nice and engaged, and also tuck your pelvis. Push your hips into the mat by engaging the glutes. On your inhale, lift the chest, lift the hands, squeeze the elbows together to engage that upper back, and then exhale, lower down. Again, inhale, lift, squeeze that upper back, exhale, lower. Good. One more time. Inhale and exhale. Now you can stick with that if that feels good, or we're going to add on. Inhale, lift. Now stretch the arms out like a Y or a V, reaching wide, and then pull the elbows back in. Exhale, lower down. Good. Inhale, lift. Extend the arms out. Pull it in and lower down. Let's do two more. Keep pushing your hips into the mat. Lift, extend, pull it in and lower. Last one. Nice. Lower all the way down to the mat. Extend your left arm nice and wide. Bend that right knee with your right hand. Push yourself over to the side. Maybe your right toes touch the ground behind that left leg. Left palm should be facing down. Now, if this brings any shoulder pain, you can lower your arms slightly. Changing the angle might change the stretch, might change how it feels. So play with that. Breathing here. And then exhale, slowly lower back to the belly. Good. Changing sides. Left palm comes in underneath your shoulder. Right arm extends wide. Bend that left knee. Push yourself over. Getting a nice shoulder stretch here. Maybe your left toes meet the floor behind the right leg. Good. Exhale, come back to your belly. Now we're just going to roll onto our backs from here. So coming around, laying flat. Extend the legs, extend the arms overhead, reaching for a nice full body stretch. Maybe squeeze the fingers and toes, spreading them, wiggling them. Good. And then bring your hands by your sides. Walk the feet in just underneath the glutes. You might be able to touch the heels with your fingertips. If you can't, that's okay, but plant down through the heels. Tuck the pelvis, lift the hips for a little bridge. Just taking a gentle one here, not forcing anything. Just squeezing the glutes. I'm getting eaten by mosquitoes. Walk your shoulder blades down your back a little bit more, lifting through the chest. Push your shoulders and arms into the mat. And then exhale, lower down. One more time. Push through the heels, lift the hips. Walk the shoulder blades down the back, lift through the chest. You can always take the bind behind the back. Clasping the hands. And then unclasp the hands, exhale, lower the hips down. Rock the knees side to side, releasing. Taking a hip opener now, we're gonna find figure four. So right ankle on left thigh. Now this might be good for you. You can just stay here. You should feel a stretch through the back pocket area of the right glute. But if you don't feel anything, maybe pull the knees closer to the chest. You can wrap your hands behind that left thigh or left knee. Keeping that right knee nice and wide. You can also use your right hand to push that right knee away from you. As you keep pulling the knees closer, getting a nice deep stretch here, breathing. If you want, you can also straighten that left leg for a hamstring stretch, maybe bending and straightening as you keep pulling the legs closer to the chest. Good. One more deep breath here. And exhale, release the leg down to the mat, keeping the legs crossed. Bring your arms nice and wide. And then we're going to drop the knees over to the left. Now, if the cross of the legs feels uncomfortable through the hips, you can uncross and just stack the legs. The goal is to just find a gentle twist here. Maybe your gaze comes out over that right hand. And then inhale, bring those knees back up, uncross the legs and take the other side. Left foot crosses onto right thigh. Again, see how this feels. Maybe pull the knee closer to the chest. Maybe push that left knee away from you with that left hand. Noticing how this side feels. Taking a few breaths if you want to straighten that right leg up and bend, up and bend. Just moving however feels good here. Getting a little deeper into that hip stretch and that deep glute. One more big breath here, inhale. Exhale, release that right foot to the mat. Keeping that left leg crossed, arms come wide, drop the legs over to the right. Again, you can uncross the legs, taking any twist that's comfortable, maybe taking your gaze out over the left hand, just breathing here. And then inhale, knees come back to center, uncross the legs, and extend both legs nice and long. Reaching arms up overhead again, take a nice big inhale. And then as you exhale, pull the elbows down, bending at the elbows for cactus. If you can, sweep your elbows along the floor. As you inhale, extend the arms overhead, and exhale, pull those elbows down. Good, one more time. Inhale. And exhale, pull it down. Now see if you can stay here in cactus, opening the shoulders, opening the chest. Now, if your elbows don't touch the ground, you can grab little pillows and place them underneath so you still get a nice opening through the chest here. Now bend the knees, put the soles of the feet together as the knees drop wide, finding a butterfly. Breathing here as the chest and hips open. Really feeling supported by the ground. Starting to slow down and relax for the day. And slowly bring your arms down by your sides and help the knees come back to center, releasing the feet from the mat. Send your feet straight up towards the sky. It doesn't have to be a super deep stretch. Legs don't have to be perfectly straight. Just roll the ankles, wiggle the toes. Maybe flex and point. Letting all of that lymph fluid and blood recirculate through the body. And then on your exhale, start to bend the knees, plant the feet nice and wide, about mat width apart, and let the knees knock in towards each other for a little internal rotation. Breathing here. Now maybe you stay here for an extra few minutes. Just breathing, relaxing, finding a little meditation at the end of your day. Letting go of everything that's happened, all the weight that you're carrying. Even if it's just for a moment, let yourself stay here. Focus just on breathing, existing, and resting. Thank you so much for practicing with me today. I hope to see you in the next one. Bye. Holy cannoli, I got so many bug bites.